on my tablet, guys. So I don't know how this thing works. I've never used. Anyways, hi YouTube. How we doing? So I'm trying to set up this tablet here. So yeah, welcome to Federal Prison Talk Live. And so tonight I'm gonna just check in with you guys, maybe answer some questions. I don't see where the comments come up on here yet, so I gotta figure this part out. Anyways, I moved to Albuquerque, everybody, if you don't know, and I do this Federal Prison Talk channel. I try to help out guys going to federal prison, coming out of federal prison, what it's like when you go inside, and if you're just curious about federal prison, uh, I have lots. I have experience because I did 52 months in a federal prison camp in Florence, Colorado, and I've been out a couple years. I'm still on probation. I have one more year left. Let me push some buttons on this thing to see how the chat works. Live chat. All messages are visible. There we go. I see chats have figured that out. Katrina is in the room. Okay, so Jason's lawyer had COVID and is still, oops, missed it, and is still not feeling strong enough to leave her house. It's looking like his sentence is going to be postponed again for another 2 to 3 weeks. Wow. Yeah, I know they've been. He talked about what do you call it? Diesel therapy. It's where they take you around in buses or run off diesel, so they move you from jail to detention center to prison, and you're always staying in the shoe wherever you go. And it's 3 weeks here and 4 weeks there, and they move you around, and they call it diesel therapy. When the feds don't like you, that's what they do. They'll throw you on Con Air and shackle you, all that. Here we see. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Okay. Hey, Matt's in the room. Hey, Sean. Let me see. Only stays up for a minute. Hey, where'd it go? Glad the move went well. Thanks. So yeah, I got my own little apartment here. I'll give you guys a little tour if you could see. It's they gave me I got a kitchen over here. And then there's stairs that go up there, and there's a bedroom up there, and a bathroom. And so when I got here, 3 people from Wings for Life were outside waiting. Why? I went to pick up the keys and sign the lease at this property management office, and then they called me. When I got here, it was 3 people from Wings for Life. They had these 2 couches, they had a dresser, all kinds of boxes, pots and pans, everything. They helped me move. They gave me a blow-up bed, although I've been sleeping on the couch. They're going to give me a different one. The blow-up bed's not that great, but I got everything to start with here. These guys gave me nothing but love. Nothing but love. And all you guys that helped me out with the Cash App and stuff, 5, 10, 20 bucks, whatever you put in, it went for gas. I had to get a new tire. Probably cost me $200 in gas money to get here. And things like it all went for good cause. Alan's here. Hey, Alan, how's it going? He said, hey, how's it going, Sean? So yeah, I don't have internet hooked up yet, guys. I'm on this tablet. Let me know if it's working right, if it's streaming. So I have Metro PCS Unlimited. It's also hooked up to my tablet. So that's how I'm doing this. I ordered Xfinity Internet, and so they said they're sending me the modem and the router and all that, and they said the package was delivered Friday, and I went to the post office to see what's there. They didn't have nothing for me. And oh, by the way, so I had to go to a post office to pick up mailbox keys. So apparently that's how they do it. So I went to the post office, and they tell me it's a month before we give you the keys. So you have to keep checking in here for your mail. So anyways, this Xfinity box is missing in action. I'm going to call tomorrow. I don't know when I'll get the internet hooked up. And when I do, I'll start doing more videos. You know, right now I'm kind of limited. Let's see. Figuring out how to work this. Matt says, you got to get the fiber? No, they don't have fiber. Not in this apartment, Matt. That's right, I did call you. Let me see, there's some buttons here. What does this one do? No. Hide that mess. Don't want that. Some messes. Top chat. What is that? Okay. Matt says, looks fine. You get, thanks. All right, so I can at least go live on this. Eric, hey Eric, how we doing? And Katrina, hi Eric. Says, my son has been stuck in that shithole county in over a year. Yeah. Yeah, I talked to her on the phone. Her sons, they're just putting it, they don't like him. And he's going through hell. They won't even, like, send him, you know, I think 2 years he's been on pretrial, locked up. He hasn't even been sentenced yet. Maybe by the time he gets sentenced, he'll have credit time served and get out. But for right now, it's not happening. So I guess, all right. So I'm figuring out, you can go live on your phone or your tablet, guys, but I have to keep hitting the button to see when the chats come up. That's fine. So anyways, I'm on a 30-day travel pass. Look, I can show you what one looks like when you're on probation. And so I go online to my district's probation office, and this is a travel pass. And I'm going to show you here on the camera. Approved. And it's a 30-day travel pass. So what my PO did, turned out he's not a bad guy after all. Because, so I got approved to move to Albuquerque probably 6 weeks ago. But they needed to prove the address. And tried to get an address from California in New Mexico via online. And all I knew was I pulled it off. And was able to put a deposit down and stuff. Not too happy with the apartment that I picked. There was better ones that came online after, but they said, no, we've already started the paperwork. But it's $729 a month. It's a 1-bedroom. It's an upstairs, downstairs little thing. It's not a bad neighborhood. It's 3 blocks from the university. The neighbors are really loud next door. They got kids and everything. But yeah, I got this cabinet that's falling apart. They're waiting them to fix it. I've seen a couple cockroaches. They told me if I see them, cockroaches, call them, and they'll come out with the you know, they'll send somebody out. And I did, and I'm still waiting. I haven't seen too many, but there's some big ones in New Mexico, man. I mean, huge. I didn't see the big ones here yet. I'm still getting used to being out of California, man. And I'm so glad to get out of California. And you guys who live in California, you can't, look, you can live on, so I'm only going to make $15 an hour out here. I can live on that here. I can pay the rent and still have plenty left. You can't do that in California, man. You can't do that. But my job's helping other inmates getting out of prison and putting them to work, and it's this whole job works project that they got, that they said, I'm going to be the director. First, I'm getting trained for about 4 months, and then I will be the director of Wings Work Project. So inmates come straight out of prison. We'll put you to work. We got a couple companies that have donated the whole companies to Wings, and it's complicated. But I'm also going to help them out with their YouTube channel. And I'm going to do, they're going to let me do a show on their channel. We're going to call it Wings World, and it's going to be a weekly talk show about everything Wings did that week. And we'll have a guest. We'll have a staff member from Wings. We'll have volunteers. People come there to do community service. We're going to have, we're called returning citizens. That's the language we use out here. So I will have returning citizens on the show. I will have staff members. There's all kinds of other nonprofits here that help out inmates when they get out of prison. There's a lot of services in Albuquerque, a lot. So I will have somebody on the show every week, and we're also going to do the week in review, what Wings did. This week we handed out about 1,000 toys to kids and adult gifts too. So the kids were in one line picking out presents for their parents, and the adults were in another line picking out brand new toys for their kids. And God, could have been 1,000 people there. I got videos of the whole thing. I just haven't been able to upload it onto the YouTube channel. But yeah, I took videos and everything, and it was nice to see the whole community come together. And there, so many people showed up to volunteer because we had to go unload 2 big freight cars full of toys and gifts and everything. And all these people showed up with pickup trucks, and it was unreal, man. It was unreal. Let's see if I got some more chats here. Yes, I do. Katrina says 4 years. He was sentenced, but appeals court overturned everything. Okay, yeah. And then Matt says, Hey, Sean, question. In the feds, does ankle bracelet qualify for time served instead of prison time? Are you talking about before you're sentenced or after? It doesn't count before you're sentenced. Um, it only counts after, like on home confinement. If you're on pretrial and you're put in a detention center, yeah, you get credit for time served. But wait, I'm going to explain that. Not always. That's not always the case either. But if you're on pretrial and you're allowed to stay home, you're out on a bond, you sign a bond, but they put you on an ankle bracelet, that's not credit time served. I was out on a bond that I signed. I didn't have to put up money. It's a $50,000 bond, but I didn't have to put up the money. They just said you miss a court date and marshals will find you. Um, but if while I was on my 4 years federal pretrial, so here's the thing. Here, listen carefully. So 4 years on federal pretrial, I'm out on a bond. Okay, if I violate, if I came up with a dirty drug test, I go out of I cross state lines, I continue to do the crimes that I do any other crimes. If I violate, and they will come and take me and throw me in a detention center or a county jail, I will not get credit time served for that because I violated my pretrial. Does that make sense? So you got to be really careful on pretrial because you don't want to end up waiting to get sentenced for 2 years and not getting any credit time served for it. You only get credit time served for it in the beginning when you get indicted, and if you're locked up in their detention center, you'll get credit time served. But if they let you out on a bond and you violate the bylaws of the pretrial bond and all that stuff, and they throw you back in, you don't get credit time served. Yeah, so be real careful. Let's see. Hey, TJ's in the room. Hey, Sean, good to see you. You made it safe. I sure did, TJ. Yeah, thanks for your help, TJ. I bought a new tire and everything, and the car's running good, but the engine light came on halfway, 500 miles, the engine light was on, because I'm at like 6,000 feet altitude here. So my gauge for the cold and hot doesn't work on the radiator.